Hello there, Tian here. Welcome to episode 9 of the Real Talk with Tian podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Grab a beverage and let's chat. Now, we're just going to jump right into it. Let's see a show of hands. Just one hand, though, if you're driving. I don't want any accidents. Safety first. Raise your hand if any of what I'm about to say sounds like you. Okay? Ready? You see a new design on Ravelry. It's climbing the ranks on the way to the top 10 hot right now list. And you're thinking, this is a stupid, easy pattern. I could have made it. Okay? How about this one? You see a new designer blowing up on Instagram, getting all kinds of accolades from big names in the industry, and you're thinking, she just got here. How's she getting so popular so fast? Sound familiar? Okay, how about this one? You keep seeing what you perceive to be this basic designer with her basic patterns, making moves and getting opportunities by yarn companies, event organizers, everybody. And you wish you were getting those same opportunities too. Well, in this episode, we're talking about jealousy. Yep, the good, the bad, and mostly the ugly. Now, those 3 points I mentioned earlier, how many of them did you raise your hand to? Let's be honest. Did you raise your hand to 1, 2, or maybe all 3 of them? Maybe you don't feel exactly those ways, but you have elements of those feelings towards others in the industry. Let's be honest, feeling jealousy happens. Sometimes it's valuable to push towards greatness, but sometimes that jealousy just makes you feel like crap. But what is jealousy? It's mainly a mindset of lack. And what I mean by that is that there's a perception that there's not enough resources and opportunities to go around for you and that other designer, right? It's that mindset of it's either me or it's her. And it's not going to be me and her because there's only enough room for one of us to make it to the top. It comes from feeling that the other designer is taking away something from us. A place of scarcity that there is something we want, but there just isn't enough room, that we have to compete against each other instead of collaborating and working and pushing each other to greatness. But the truth is, there is an abundance of resources and opportunities. There's more than enough room for both of us, you, me, all of us, to get to the top. So when you see that other designer and she's hitting it out of the park, she's making it big and getting crazy opportunities where it looks like she's living that champagne life that you want, here's a few things you might want to consider. Okay, so the first thing to consider, where does that jealousy really come from? What is the root of it? Is it that you feel like you're not enough? Like you and your work is maybe inadequate? Or maybe you have a scarcity mindset that there is just a finite amount of opportunities out there and that there is just not enough room for all of us to be great, right? It's either me or you. Not all of us. Or maybe you are just not confident in yourself and your work. Or maybe you are just not confident in yourself and in your work. Sure, you have a dozen or more or less patterns out there. And you've been doing this for a while, but you're just not getting that recognition that you expect that you deserve. Why is that? Now that you've identified the root cause, what to do when those feelings do pop up, because they will. Maybe stop following them on social media so you don't keep making yourself feel bad about yourself. You're not constantly seeing what she's doing and comparing yourself. That's an option. Okay? So flip the negative thought of, why isn't that happening to me? And instead reframe it as, well, why can't it happen for me too? You know? And use that as fuel to get yourself more opportunities and see what is possible. Don't get paralyzed by jealousy or allow it to make you act negatively towards that person, because she didn't do anything to you and probably doesn't even see what you're doing or not doing. Maybe you need to get some training in marketing and business to develop in the areas that you might be feeling inadequate about. Sure, she looks like she's having that champagne life, but you don't know how much work she's had to put in, or the sacrifices she's making to achieve her goals. Maybe she doesn't have kids and can devote more times to it than you can. Or maybe she has kids and have to leave them most days of the week to travel to teach or to attend events every other weekend. And it's taking a toll on her family life. But you have a loving family at home, husband and kids you get to live your best life with on your own terms. Being able to go to every basketball practice and go to gymnastic meets all over the state, go on date nights. The fact is, you don't know the whole story. And you might be wishing for something that, when you see the whole picture, isn't even something you really want. So when you start to feel jealous, consider what her goal might be compared to yours. If you look at what she's doing, would you want to do that? Would you want that life? So would it bring you happiness? More times than none, the answer is no. So forget about her. Sure, use her achievement as guides to what is possible, but focus on what your path looked like. But focus on what your path looks like and what makes you happy. When you're feeling jealous, just think, there is not a scarcity on the opportunities out there. There are many publications that you can work with. They don't just need one designer. There are designers that want to work with designers that match your aesthetics. There can be many great shawl designers. Just because she has a great shawl design that's everywhere, that doesn't mean there isn't room for you too to be great in that category, right? I mean, jealousy happens. Just don't let it hold you back or bury you in self-doubt. There's an infinite number of ways to be successful on your own terms, in a way that makes you happy. So use jealousy when you can to fuel you and inspire you, and get rid of it when it makes you feel less than. The truth is, there is an abundance of opportunities out there that's available for you, for me, for all of us to achieve. Just keep doing what you're doing on Instagram and leave a comment in the post for this episode. Let's have some real conversation. I'd love to talk to you more. Did you enjoy this episode? Please leave a rating, a review, and hit subscribe. Share with 5 of your crafty friends that you think might like to hear this. I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Bye for now.